Mike Bearlack here to entertain you with the help of Audioslave. If you don't believe the sun will rise, stand alone and greet the coming night. In the last remaining light. Alright, I can't do Chris Cornell too good. But there's a reason why I picked that song. I woke from a dream and I wrote it all down and I wanted to share it on here. I had one of those crazy, vivid dreams. I was reliving the same sequence of events over and over again, um, seemingly aimless in a vehicle going from point A to point B. I do not remember anything about point A or point B, but that's okay because the dream only gets interesting after I take the initiative to take a detour up a ramp that at first I think is no big deal. I could just hook back up with the routine route. To my surprise, the ramp leads to a rooftop of some kind of office building. And I quickly realize that the only way out is back down the ramp. So I decide to see what's going on in this building despite this nagging fear of pursuit and capture by some sort of unforeseen authority. At this point, I find my father has followed my lead, and I am mildly annoyed but tolerant of his involvement and presence. Much like my real life relationship with the boy. um, in the dream, through the accident of his involvement, I am somehow able to figure out that there are a set of devices I can only describe as black boxes, kind of like TV remote control, but no buttons. Instead, tiny levers, a series of levers on there. There are no fancy colors or anything, nothing like that. Just a series of tiny levers on these uh, sister black boxes. Um, and I learned that they can do amazing things when you pull these levers in unison and a specific sequence. But in the dream, my primary concern is learning what or whom is in control of the loop I seem to be existing in. So I figure out rather quickly which levers I must pull in unison on each box, and bam! I'm right back in my car making the decision to take that detour up that ramp. At this point, the only difference now are I now possess one of the two black boxes. And at this point, it's my mission to just go back to the office and find the other one. That's one difference. Also, my father is now nowhere to be seen, to which my feelings are, whatever, I'm on a mission right now at the moment. And when I am in the building, another difference is now when I'm in the building, music can be heard. I cannot identify the song in the dream, but the voice is totally known to me. It's Chris Cornell. So in the dream at this point, there is still the fear of pursuit and capture. But in that, there's also the knowledge that all I must do is find the sister device, pull the two levers, and start over again. Which may or may not have happened a couple times. So, but I soon realized once I had both devices in my hands, the fear of the pursuit and capture was gone. And I was even free to roam the facility and learn what the place was all about. Which led me to my new mission. Figure out who or what created these black boxes. While walking with the black box in hand, both of them in hand, the people seem friendly, waving from a distance. I cannot identify anyone personally. All I can say for sure is that they were humanoid. By which I mean they had two heads, they had a head, a torso, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 feet. Humanoid. Anyways, at this point in the dream, I am left alone with my mission to learn who made these devices. At this point, I must have decided that it was a who. I start to build something like a monitor that will show me what I want to know. I suspect that not one, but a group of beings will be seen when I turn this thing on. And this is the very end of the dream now. The number 3 somehow comes to mind, and I have a theory about that, but it's in the aftermath of the dream. But the number 3 comes to mind, and I say to myself, it can't be a large group. So I decide that I know I'm going to see 3 different entities working together. But in the dream, I never see them because I wake up. And I'm immediately reminded of the very end of the John Carpenter film, Prince of Darkness, with Alice Cooper as a deranged homeless person. Mysteriously deranged. But I have a theory as to why the number 3 showed up in my subconscious, especially since that was the end of the dream. A little bit of background. I have a gas furnace, and in the spring and in the fall and spring, during drastic weather changes, especially during wind, the pilot light has a tendency to blow out. So I routinely, over the last 5 or so, 6, 7, whatever years, whatever it was, I routinely have to go in there and relight the pilot light from time to time. This doesn't really happen in the dead of winter because it's always cold. Like I said, it has to be windy and it has to be like drastic weather changes, which is probably why it's only a mild annoyance in the fall and spring. Well, anyways, before I went to bed, this happened. I had to relight the pilot light, and I have to unscrew this little glass window, and I dropped the flashlight, and subsequently this little glass window broke into 3 distinctive pieces. Luckily, I was able to put the 3 pieces together, put them back in the cap, and screw it back on. I will make my way to probably Ace. I don't think Menards. Menards is a good place for when you know exactly what you're looking for, but I'll probably hit Ace. So more likely I'll get an older gentleman who might know more than 2 cents about stuff. And I'll have to purchase a new little glass window. In the meantime, there's probably a mild carbon monoxide issue, but I'm not really too concerned because this dump is so well ventilated. I even have cold air blowing right on the window, right through the window where I sleep, which I like. I like that cold air coming in. Sleep better. Anyways, so I will make my way to Ace, probably to take care of that ASAP. But it's spring, so I don't have to be in too much of a hurry. Won't be long where I'll be shutting the damn thing off permanently, anyways. So, anyways, that was the dream. Thanks for your indulgence. Thanks for watching, and thanks. Oh, I did want to mention about Chris Cornell. Okay, he was Chris Cornell of Soundgarden and later Audioslave. Um, I think he's got one solo album I know of because I have it. But I knew the song Black Hole Sun growing up as a kid, and I liked it. But I didn't really know who Chris Cornell was until Audioslave debuted. At that time, my favorite band, Bush, was kind of like on hiatus, and the future was a little uncertain. So I was enjoying Audioslave in Bush's absence. But but in the dream, though, I maybe it was Last Remaining Light. I couldn't really identify the song in the dream, but it was Chris Cornell singing. That'll be all.